Hi guys, today I'm going to give you a quick introduction into the cubes that I've bought since I took my break back in September. All in all, I've bought about 15 cubes, but there's a couple of pretty boring ones which I haven't got with me, so there's going to be 12. I think I'm going to do it in two parts, so there'll be 6 in each. For this part I've got a good range in price and rarity. We're going to start off with the 3x3x5. It's not fully functional, unfortunately, but I couldn't afford to get a fully functional one, so I ended up getting this. It turns as a 3x3, it's just a 3x3 mod, where the pieces are added in, stuck on the ends, like so. I'll get out an edge piece just so you get the idea. Might do a review of this at some point, but for now, that's it. I don't remember the price, I think it was about £3, £3.50. But yeah, overall still looks pretty good. I could only get a white version, and I prefer black cubes, but I'm not too bothered. So yeah, happy with this. A quick checkerboard for you there. Okay, I'll keep it in view, why not? Secondly, we've got the 4-layer Super Square one. This was QJ. See there. Yeah, I've used this quite a lot actually. Surprised myself because I had the 2-layer one before I even had the normal square one. So once I worked out to do the square one and the 2-layer, I thought, why not get the 4-layer? It looks pretty impressive. Thought I'd just get the 2-layer to compare. Here it is. It's exactly the same size. It's the same make, so that's what you can expect. Weirdly, it did lock, and I'm not entirely sure what happened. But I couldn't use this for, say, about 5 months since I've had it. I've had it since Christmas. But recently, when I got back into the square one, I managed to finally take it apart after a few goes over those 5 months and put it back together, and it's gone back to the looseness that it was, which means it's actually very good for turning. I'll probably do a solve video of this, and I'm thinking of doing a spin-off of the Square 1 tutorial for how it changes for these two. Yeah, this was about a tenner, I think. Good price, and yeah, I'm happy with this. Put that there. Next is one which I'd been looking at for quite a while, and I don't usually like buying cubes that mean I'm going to have to learn a load of new algorithms, but I really like the look of it, and I thought I'd give it a go. So it's the 4x4 Octahedron. It's 4x4 because it has 4 layers like this. Something unique about it is that when you turn it as a 2x2, unless you stick to a certain colour scheme, it will always stay solved. I actually made my own way of solving this, and will be making a tutorial at some point. I'm not entirely certain on how to fix one case that sometimes comes up, so once I've worked that out, I'll be posting that. Yeah, this was about £12. I don't remember exactly, I've had it quite a while. Stickers are good, probably do a review on this as well. Very happy with this. It's one of my favourites that I got. Just put that there. Next we have a 6x6. This was YJ as well, I think. This is okay. The inner core locks up, which means I have to sometimes take it apart, but usually if it gets locked up, say on this axis, and I can't turn it this way, if I just wiggle it about a bit, it will usually work, but it's not great when you're trying to speed solve it. Again, couldn't get the black version, so I got the white. It was just to complete the collection really, but I'm happy I got it. I solved it, I don't know, 15-20 times. I've got a snake pattern on it at the minute. My main problem with this is the colours. These are too close for my colour blindness, so it can get very tricky in certain lights, but I still think it was a good buy, because now I have the full set from 2 up to 7, and looking into getting a Shengshao 7 and 8 when they get a bit more available to the UK. Next is my ZhanChi. You'll have seen this in a few videos recently, and I think I got it just after I made my last video back in September, and that's why it's so broken in. It's still my main cube. I've had a couple of other Dayans which I've used sporadically between as my speed cube, but I always keep coming back to this. I got the lubing perfect when I last used it, and it's since run out, but it's stayed the same smoothness over the months, and I'm not entirely sure why, but you know, I'm not going to complain. It just moves so well, really. This is the one I've been using for most of the How to Get Faster at the Rubik's Cube series. Very happy with this. We'll be making a review on it, and also I think I'm going to do a comparison between the cubes, the Dayan cubes that I have. Let's put that there. And the big one for this part is going to be one that I had my eye on for a long time, and I got it in November, I think. It's a pretty big cube. I think it's the most expensive cube that I've bought, which was about 26 quid. I won it on eBay. They're worth, well, I don't know what they're worth now, but it was worth about 35-40, which was the cheapest I could find anywhere then. So I did get a good win on that. I really like the Helicopter cube, as you can see, because I've got a few videos on it. And I thought, well, what else can I get like this? I didn't want to get the Helicopter cube because it was the same, but I thought it was sort of going back a version. So I ended up buying this, and it is the Helicopterhedron. It is by MF8. My zoom is being a bit weird today, so I don't know if you can see that, but there's a sticker there. And it is definitely the hardest cube that I've had to solve. It's the same size as my Gigaminx, so technically not the biggest. And a few of the colours are a bit similar for me during the solve, but honestly it doesn't matter because it's just so cool, really. It does jumble just like the Curvicopter. It is incredibly stiff. I've solved it 3 times now. Once with jumbling, and that was the longest and hardest solve that I've done. But also, I've got to be honest, up there with the most fun solves. The turning is getting better. Some sides are actually a fair bit looser than others. Haven't really looked into the tensions, as I don't really want to mess with it really. Get into the insides of it. It looks a bit too complicated to go into. I did figure out my own way of solving it using what I knew about the Curvicopter and about the Megaminx. And really it's still the same up until the last layer when some of the algorithms don't work, but I worked out a way to sort that out. This is in my list of things to review and make a tutorial for, as there's only, I think there is one tutorial by Super Antonio Vivaldi for this that I'm hoping to make, maybe a shorter one or a more concise one that builds on his ideas and uses mine as well. But I think that won't be for a while. What I will do is make a review on it a bit sooner. But yeah, this was about, like I said, about 26 quid, and very happy I got this. It's probably the best buy I got this year.